A while ago, someone asked me what had been one of the happiest days I could remember. That was a great question. Not because I had an immediate answer, because I didn't. My mind wandered through birthdays, family vacations, graduations, Christmas mornings, concerts, long-awaited reunions. There were just so many beautiful memories. But then something unexpected happened. The memory that finally settled into my mind wasn't any one of those. It was simply an evening. It was an evening when the kids were here, the grandkids were around, and we were all just kind of hanging out together. Some of us were playing games at the table. Some were watching something on TV. A few others were outside playing in the yard and with the dogs. There was laughter, and there was love, and there was just simplicity. It was great. Nothing extraordinary had happened. There wasn't a celebration. There was no milestone. We didn't try to get everybody together for a family photo. Just people who loved each other gathered around, talking, laughing, and lingering a little longer than anyone intended. Some of the kids staying up a little later than maybe they should have. And somehow, that ordinary evening quietly became unforgettable. I think about that evening from time to time, and I wonder, why do moments like that stay with us while others quietly drift away? And the answer surprised me. You see, I don't think it was because that evening was extraordinary. I think it was because just for a little while, everyone was completely there. Nobody seemed rushing toward tomorrow, and nobody was checking the clock. Nobody was trying to make that moment become something bigger. We were simply enjoying being together. Now, children seem to understand this naturally. You may remember when you were a child thinking this. They can spend 20 minutes watching an ant carry something far bigger than itself. Or they can become completely fascinated by a puddle reflecting the sky. Now, adults, well, we smile at that. Children, they simply call it Tuesday or Wednesday or Saturday. But somewhere along the way, many of us quietly begin believing that joy belongs to special occasions. Things like vacations, or that long-awaited retirement, or major accomplishments. Those things that all happen someday. Yet when I think about the moments that have brought me the deepest happiness, almost none of them have arrived with much fanfare. Things like a conversation on the porch after dinner, or music filling the house, kids singing, playing the guitar or the piano, a grandchild laughing so hard that everyone else began laughing too, or driving home with the windows down on a summer evening, holding someone's hand without saying very much, watching that first magical snow of the year, listening to rain while everyone else is asleep. All those things have something in common. All of them ask very little of me, except that I be there. And I've begun noticing something else. Joy is wonderfully patient. It doesn't seem offended when we overlook it. It simply waits. Tomorrow morning it may be hiding in the wonderful aroma of breakfast. This afternoon, maybe in a conversation that lasts a few minutes longer than expected. Tonight, well, perhaps in the way the evening light will find its way through the trees before quietly disappearing. You see, joy isn't competing for our attention. It's inviting it. And one of the nicest things about growing older is discovering that life's richest moments often cost almost nothing. They are measured less in dollars and more in delight. A favorite chair, a well-loved song, homemade peach cobbler or apple pie, fresh tomatoes from the garden, a letter you've read more than once, that first cool morning after weeks of summer heat, the familiar sound of someone you love walking through the front door. None of those moments are trying to impress us. They're simply offering themselves. And I wonder if happiness has always been less about collecting remarkable experiences and more about becoming remarkable noticers. Noticing beauty, noticing goodness, noticing people, noticing laughter before it disappears into the next conversation, noticing that someone seems quieter today, noticing that the roses are blooming again, noticing that life, even with all its imperfections, continues offering small gifts almost every single day. And maybe that's why gratitude and joy seem to walk hand in hand. Gratitude opens our eyes. Joy quietly walks through the door that gratitude has opened. I like that thought. It makes me think I don't need to chase happiness quite so hard. Perhaps I simply need to become a better observer, a better listener, a better appreciator of ordinary Tuesdays. Because if I'm paying attention, there's a very good chance that joy has already arrived. Now, I'm still not sure that evening I remembered was the happiest day of my life. I believe there isn't just one. And I believe that life gives us hundreds, maybe even thousands of them. Tiny moments, almost unnoticed while they're happening, until one day we realize they've quietly become the memories that we treasure most. I hope sometime this week you'll have one of those moments. And I hope this time you'll recognize it while you're still living it. Thanks for spending these few moments with me. This has been The Quiet Between, and I'm Mark Ammons. Until the next time, may your days be filled with the quiet joy that's been walking beside you all along.